If you need some more practice writing your essay body paragraphs, this is the best place to be. We're going to continue writing our second body paragraph for Richard Wagamese's Indian Horse. And again, we're going to review all the things that you need to do and think about if you want to write a successful essay body paragraph. If that is of great importance to you, join us. Welcome, everyone. My name is Kevin. I'm an English teacher and a writer. Because the essay body paragraphs are the heart and soul of the paper, I thought, why not continue with the work that we started in our last essay body paragraph video? We're going to continue writing a second paragraph. Just to review then, when we are writing our body paragraphs, this is the structure that we always want to follow. We are starting with an introduction sentence. That is our topic sentence. Whenever you're writing, you will never be general for too long because generally it's boring. You start with your topic sentence, and the best way to write a topic sentence is to paraphrase your thesis statement. Remember, paraphrase means to say something, say the same thing in different words. The next thing we want to do is give our evidence or examples. In this case, we are writing a literary essay about a novel. Thus, our examples will be the quotes from the novel. After that, we're looking at critical thinking, which is analysis. We want to find the deeper meaning or meanings within the quotes as they relate to the characters and the important themes of the story. Topic sentence, evidence, analysis. Finally, you have a summary sentence. And always check with your whoever's marking your paper whether or not that is required. As mentioned in the last video, when you are in a test such as ELTS or TOEFL doing the writing tasks, you don't need to repeat yourself or summarize things with the summary sentence. You can just finish your body paragraphs on your reasonings. Okay, so this is where we left off last time with our essay on Richard Wagamese's Indian Horse. Again, to review, our thesis statement is as follows. Residential schools deeply affect Saul's mental health through the racism he faces and his journey towards healing. As you remember, our first body paragraph was dealing entirely with our first main point. And that's exactly how it works. Every main point from your thesis statement will have its own body paragraph. Moving on to our second main point in the thesis statement, which is Sal's journey towards healing. I like to cut and paste my thesis statement before I write my topic sentences and even before I write my conclusion as well, so I can just compare and paraphrase it. So our topic sentence is, Sal's pathway to peace is marked by returning to his past, which inevitably leads to the rediscovery of his cultural roots. Excuse me. Again, very general, but we have all the key words in there, and we paraphrased it. So instead of saying his journey towards healing, we say his pathway to peace. Okay. What's next? Examples. Exactly. So you want to set up your example. It's good to put in a little bit of context here so we know where we are in the story at this point. Um, so let's do that. After slowly ruining his life through alcoholism, drifting through menial labor jobs, and picking fights with people, Sal finally returns to St. Jerome's and weeps as he faces its derelict and vandalized remains. By reflecting on his trauma, Sal comes to the realization that, quote, the truth of the abuse and the rape of my innocence were closer to the surface, and I used anger and rage and physical violence to block myself off from it. End quote. Again, you can see the insight uh, in text citation here, author's name, page number in the brackets, and again we move the punctuation from the quote to the outside of the bracket. This is always the proper structure that you want to follow. Um, Also, it's notable that we've included the quote into the sentence. We never start a sentence with a quote. It's very important to remember that. We want it to flow. So we're writing in the perspective of the speaker, and it's seamlessly connecting into that quote. Well done. Now it's time to analyze the quote. Acknowledging his inner struggle with the trauma he has endured enables Sal to reflect and face the demons of his memories, which leads him towards peace. It's important to acknowledge this transition because um, it's something that he's buried within him. And because of all this repressed anger, it came out in negative ways, as we saw in the last body paragraph, because his negative anger was coming out in violence. He was playing into the racism and the stereotypes that he was facing when he was trying to play hockey and trying to make it, playing in front of large crowds and white people. Um, but now he's facing the truth of the matter. It's coming out. It's closer to the surface, and this is really really important. Um, Connecting this in turn brings Sal to God's lake to reconnect with the spirits of his ancestors, in particular his grandfather Shabogisik, who says to him, quote, "You've come to learn to carry this place within you, this place of beginnings and endings." End quote. Again, our in-text citation follows. Author's last name, page number, with the period outside of the brackets. Analysis. God's lake carries a deep and emotional meaning as it is representative of Sal's realization that he must embrace his past in order to rediscover his identity. So what? Sometimes you need to ask yourself, so what? By doing so, he completes a circle that begins and ends with his family's love and culture. One common characteristic of Indigenous writing is cyclical nature. So we have this culture and love that starts at the beginning. We go through a path of destruction, which comes around again to a rediscovery of identity. I'm just looking here. So again, we're analyzing the quote. So is there anything more we need to say about that? You come to learn. It's taken a long time for him to learn. It wasn't easy. Um, Sal was the Indian horse, means he could read the game. He had that foresight, but he let the anger overcome him, and through that he lost his opportunity to play hockey, and went on a different path of alcoholism and just meaninglessness. Um, but he's learned to carry it with him. this place of beginnings and endings. I think it's a simple quote, but again, there is a lot of meaning in there, and then we've kind of covered that in the analysis, so that's perfect. I don't know that we need a summary sentence. I think again we could have something with his journey once more, but he's completing a circle. So I think that, in a sense, can be interpreted as the journey, completing this circle. Um, so I think that's actually that can be suitable as part of the analysis, but also it is a summary sentence as well. There you have it. Our second body paragraph for this essay on Richard Wagamese's Indian horse is now complete. If you feel this video has been advantageous to you, definitely click that subscribe button, like, share. All of those good things are greatly appreciated. The next video, we are going to come back. We're going to wrap this up in a sweet little bow, and we'll look at both the introduction and conclusion. We'll talk about all the things that are very, very simple. They are definitely part of a formula. Um, and if you follow it every single time, you you will definitely get high marks. Part of an essay, writing a successful essay, is definitely in your planning. Now we have completed all the hard work. We've done our body paragraphs, and they're looking pretty good, I have to say. If you have any comments, questions, or you're just looking for advice on how to reach your own personal study goals, give me a shout for sure. Check out my website if you'd like, kevindonor.com. I have spent a little bit too long in between videos working on getting some novels published. Um, I have a middle grade novel and a picture book and a novella that I've been working on for many years, and they're very close to coming out into the light of day. Therefore, I haven't had as much time to work on these videos as possible. But no excuses, guys. I want to do it regularly, so we'll look for another video within the next couple weeks. Um, and I hope you've enjoyed learning English and improving your speaking and writing. We'll see you again real soon. Take care.